Level up, level up, level up, level up, level up, level up. All this on me so yummy, all this stuff so yummy. Do you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy? They frisky drop like wait, G-Love don't want no hate. I'm grinding, I'm shining, up on my way. They gotta never settle, this view is so much better. I'm chilling, I'm winning, like on another level.
Hello, you guys. Can you hear me? Can you guys give me a thumbs up if you can hear me all? Yay! I'm so excited to see you all here. If you're excited, give me a thumbs up in the chat. Let's see if this chat's working. I'm not very good about checking the chats while I'm talking, but I will make sure to look at it before we're done so I can answer any questions that I might miss. But I'm really excited for you guys all to be here. And if we can just start off by letting me know where you guys are tuning in from tonight. And one thing that you like about yourself, because part of being a coach is cheering other people on, being that cheerleader, but it starts with us. It starts within, it starts with loving yourself first. So write in the chat now what you like about yourself and where you're tuning in from. I'm actually tuning in from Oak Island, North Carolina, even though I live in Brooklyn, New York. We're here for the month until the end of the month. So I don't, maybe you guys don't know how to work the chat, but no worries. If you figure it out, just type it in. Oh, Northern California, awesome. Very cool. I know Angie's in Texas. She's an amazing coach on our team, and she will be sharing with us tonight as well. Severn, Maryland, hometown is actually Bowie, Maryland, but yay, very close, and self-motivation. Cool. Thank you guys. And if people jump in, oh, I have, see, this is the new Zoom thing where like people jump in as you go. So hopefully I don't miss anybody. Letting somebody in now, making sure everybody's here before we get started. Okay, somebody's tuning in from an iPhone. I don't know who you are, but you can write in the chat where you're tuning in from and one thing that you love about yourself. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen and get started, you guys. Let's see. Okay. Can you guys give me a thumbs up if you can see this? Perfect. Okay, awesome. There. Okay. So first of all, welcome everybody to the Coach Opportunity webinar. I'm so excited to have you all here. Tonight, I'm going to talk to you about what coaching is and how it can take your life from good to great. Okay. Tonight is not about me trying to convince anybody to do anything that you don't want to do. Okay, my job is not to convince anybody to do a challenge group, to join a team in which they have no interest in doing. My job is simply to just share my experience. And if you were to join our coach or our team as a coach, your job would just be to share your experience, which may be different than mine. So my hope is just that tonight that you learn a lot, that maybe you're inspired. And if you feel that this is something for you, then amazing. We would love to welcome you to this team. But if not, that's totally cool too. This job, I'll be the first to say that this job is not for everybody. It's easy to do, but it's also easy not to do. And many coaches sign up thinking that this is just going to be some get rich quick scheme where, you know, you just don't really have to do that much and you're going to make a lot of money. And that's not really the case. So I'll be the first to say it right here that it does take hard work. It does take effort. It does take failure and personal growth and getting outside of your comfort zone to try something new. So I just want to start by sharing my story here. See if I can scroll down. Here is my family, my husband and my 3 little boys. I started coaching about 5.5 years ago. I was an athlete my whole life, and I played soccer and basketball growing up, and team sports had always been a big part of my life. I was off traveling every single weekend to tournaments and games and playing in high school and even in college, just sports and being active has always been part of my story, and being part of a team has always been part of my story. But as I got older, as as I stopped being on as many teams, right? Because we get older and we don't have time for the same level of teams that we did back then. And I slowly started to shift into working out whenever it was kind of convenient. I was young, I was living in New York City. I walked a lot. I worked out every now and then. My nutrition was horrible. I mean, the food in New York City is so good. So we ate out a lot. And I never really thought much about what I ate, because it was just, I worked out so much. I never really thought about it. And, but after becoming a mom, things totally changed for me. And, becoming a mom, I don't know how many of you on here are moms. I know there are a few. And I know that it's, I don't know how to let people in. Okay, sorry. Okay, I think somebody's been trying to get in and I've been ignoring them. Oops. Okay, so sorry about that. So I know many of you on this call are moms, and I know that when you have your first child especially, it's definitely a life sort of shift. And for me, it went from, being able to do everything on my own schedule to now being on this little tiny newborn schedule. And it was difficult. And I was home for a few months on maternity leave, but then I had to go back to work. And I was commuting into the city an hour and 15 minutes each way. And I would get home just in time to put my baby to bed and make dinner. And then it was like, at that point, I wasn't going to work out. And I was up so early the next day to nurse and, make sure he had bottles with the babysitter and like do it all over again. And it just felt like this complete hamster wheel that I couldn't get out of. But I was very lucky that I had a job at the time that was flexible. However, I wasn't really growing in my job. It was sort of just that comfort zone, so I stayed. Eventually our nanny situation wasn't working out so well. I wasn't happy with, we had to get a new nanny, and I wasn't really happy with the new one. And my company ended up folding because my boss retired. And so I found myself at home and with an 18-month-old, completely out of shape. And I just didn't feel like myself anymore. I didn't feel like that athlete that I knew I was and could be, and I just felt a little lost. And so one day I was scrolling social media and I found this woman. Well, I'd been following her for a while. She was a fashion blogger at that time, and I was also very interested in fashion and had recently started my own fashion blog. And so I saw her post, and she was looking for coaches to join her team. She was a mom just like me. She was a former athlete like me, and she tried P90X3, which is a program that I, funny enough, had sitting on my shelf and in the shrink wrap for like 2 years, which I hadn't tried because I got pregnant and then never did it. So in that moment, I was home with my baby, and I was like, I don't want to go back to work in the advertising industry. I don't want to have, late nights till 9 o'clock anymore. I don't want to do this hour and 15-minute commute. I mean, New York City is this hustle and bustle kind of city, and I love it. But for me, at this point in my life, I wasn't 23 anymore. I was a mom, and I wanted to be there to put my kid in bed every night and not have to feel that, struggle. And so I didn't want to go back into the normal corporate world anymore. And so I was looking for something at the time that I could do from home. And at the same time, I had coached sports in the past for younger kids. I never coached adults, but I thought, well, if I can coach kids, why can't I coach adults? Let's try this out. And I said to my husband, we'll give it 6 months, see how it goes. And we'll see where it takes me. 5.5 years later, I'm still here. So something must be going right? What I really truly loved about this opportunity was that with my old career path, I felt like I had sort of maxed out my potential. And with this, I felt that there was no potential, and that the only thing holding me back from going further was myself. I didn't have a boss, to rely on to give me a raise, or, that 5% raise per year or whatever it was. I didn't have to worry about getting the next position at another company. Everything with this business was what I put into it, and everything I got back out of it was because of what I put into it. So I just felt limitless, honestly, for the first time. And I always believed that I was capable of something like that, but I feel like, I believed it, but I didn't really believe it. And so this was the first time where I could envision myself actually reaching some of my lifelong goals. So fast forward to my first week of starting out as a coach, I threw up in my second workout, and I said, oh God, I must be super out of shape. Nope, turns out I was just pregnant with baby number 2. So here I am now as a brand new coach, so excited to get my transformation from baby number 1, and boom, I'm pregnant again. So I remember calling my coach, freaking out, like, oh my gosh, what do I do now? I'm not going to get results. I'm having a baby. How do I do this? And she's like, well, first of all, congratulations. Like, this is good news. And I'm like, you're right. So instead of quitting, like maybe I would have, freaked out and just quit right away because things didn't line up according to my plan, I just decided to shift gears. So instead of doing P90X, I decided to do PiYo, which was a Pilates yoga type program. And I just focused on my nutrition. I focused on prenatal health and care and sharing that with other women. And believe it or not, it was so incredible. I never really worked out with my first baby. During my first pregnancy, we miscarried my very first pregnancy. And so I was very scared to do anything when I was pregnant with my first. And so this time around, though, just having that mentality of having that team behind me and the accountability, and I just felt good about it, and I felt excited to be healthy for my baby. And so I worked out as much as I could the entire pregnancy, which is not something I did before. And afterwards, it made it so much easier for me. Like, I couldn't wait to get back into my routine. It wasn't like the first time where I waited 18 months to try to get into a routine. Like, I got back into it as soon as I could. So this was my first year of coaching. I was pregnant with my second. I didn't know what I was doing. I think I was running a plank challenge here with my little one. And my pictures are like grainy, horrible, just like iPhone photos, like but like, this is me just sharing my journey, sharing what I did every day, pressing play on my workout, planking while I was pregnant. My little one is building a tower next to me. And, I was able to stay home with him while I tried to get this business off and running from home. After my second child was born, here are some of my results from the program that I did. This is 1 year difference, but honestly, my results even 3 months after were pretty similar to this photo that you see here. It's only maybe like a 6 to 8 pound difference, but you can obviously see a big difference in the toning and everything else. It was just so much easier for me to feel like myself again this time around, because I had a plan, because I had a team, I had support, and not only that, but I had challengers counting on me to show up every day. So I wanted to show up for them. And believe it or not, I ended up having like 4 or 5 more women who were pregnant join my group in that next year. And it was so cool to watch them on their journey. And even now, I feel like that's who I relate to the most, is my mamas in the group, my pregnant mamas, my postpartum mamas, who just want to feel like themselves again, or they're busy with 3 little kids running around, who get it. So this was actually the first Beachbody cruise I ever earned. And this is just something that I had on my vision board. I didn't think I was actually going to get on this trip. I didn't know what I was doing for the first few months. And I honestly wasn't that successful because I just didn't know what I was doing. But I learned, and I put my name on the wait list for this trip. And I said, you know what? So what? If I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. And I ended up earning Success Club a few months in a row, and did really well to finish out that first year. And my name got My mute
Housekeeping. Housekeeping.
I don't know how to mute.
Are you still doing this?
Sorry guys, if you could just all mute yourselves because I can't figure out how to mute all because I'm getting some background noise. And then at the end, if we have questions, we can unmute. Sorry. Everybody could just please mute. Oh, wait, let's see. Okay. Okay, I think I got it. Sorry, guys. Okay, so this was my first trip that I earned, and I got off the wait list about 6 weeks before the trip actually happened. And I looked at my husband and I said, "Are we really going to do this? It's only 6 weeks away." And we ended up going. It was the first cruise I'd ever been on, and it was completely paid for by Beachbody, aside from the travel expense to get there. And it was just such a pivotal moment in my business, just seeing what was possible, looking around on that ship, and just like everybody on the ship was a Beachbody coach, and just seeing all those positive people all in one place. It was just such like a great community to be a part of. I was like in tears walking onto that boat, and just seeing what I had been able to do for my family that year. There's honestly no better time than now to become a coach on this team. I know that we all have been living through some crazy times, right, with this pandemic, but people need Beachbody more than ever right now. People can't go to the gyms like they used to in every city, and they're struggling because they're stressed out, and they're turning to things like extra wine and sugar and comfort food and late night snacks. And, I'm sure we've all been there. I've been there. Like 2020 has been a hell of a year, y'all. So, this is the time where people need us. People need a coach to help keep them on track. If nothing else, just for our mental sanity, to press play and get our bodies moving every day, and having that encouragement from each other. And I know that, sometimes people can think like, oh, this business is so saturated. There's already so many coaches. But you know what? The thing is, sure, there's a lot of coaches, but there's only one you, right? A lot of coaches are out there doing the 21-day fix, but not everybody is you, and not everybody has the same story that you do, and the same experience to share, and the same inspiration to provide. So don't sell yourself short, okay? Everybody has a story. Everybody is inspiring, and you are here because somebody invited you to be here, and that person saw a spark in you. That person saw potential in you and saw something that they thought would be that you would make a good coach on this team. Either that, or you saw one of the social media posts yourself, kind of like how I found my coaches, and you saw something in you, and that says something too. A little bit of you is here because you feel like that you have that potential too. So don't sell yourself short. The qualifications to become a coach. So basically, to become a coach, you have to be somebody who, one, likes helping people, who wants to work out and be healthy, who is willing to help others and get out of your comfort zone a little bit. There's no, you don't need to be a fitness instructor or have your personal training license or certification, rather. You don't need to be a nutritionist or a dietitian. Beachbody hires all of those people for us. So all of the workouts, when you turn them on, those are personal trainers right there in your living room. So you don't have to do that part. Any knowledge that you gain that you want to share, that's your experience, and that's great, but don't feel like you have to be some sort of expert in this. Many coaches actually do really well when starting at the beginning of their journey. Like, some people think, oh, well, I'm not fit enough to be a coach yet because I just started my journey. But honestly, that's the best time to be a coach because people get to see your whole process and see your transformation, not only on the outside, but on the inside. They get to see how your confidence levels have soared and just how you carry yourself. So the qualifications are literally just to work hard and a willingness to help people and get out of your comfort zone a little bit. What do we do as coaches? So we have 4 major things that we do. We work on our own health and fitness, which many of you, if you're already in our challenge groups, you're already doing. So there's the first one. Working on your own journey. We each choose an at-home fitness program at home. We follow a nutrition plan. We use products that we love. Energize is my go-to, and Recover. I love those. Shakeology. And then just getting your own personal results and sharing your success with others. So the first part of being a coach is just taking care of you. So imagine getting paid to take care of yourself. Like, that's pretty sweet. And then it's inviting others to join you in your journey. So social media is the way that I've had the most success. Inviting others to join my journey. I know there's some other coaches who maybe they did start in a fitness studio, or maybe they are just better in person, and they invite people that way, and that works too. You can host events if that's your thing. For me, social media has been the best way. Instagram and Facebook have been the areas that I've had the most success. And then it's just inviting people to join the challenge groups, to join our coaching team, providing inspiration and encouragement to those around you. Basically, the people aren't just going to come to you. There's a misconception sometimes that it's just like, oh, if I just post on social media once a day, like, people will just start coming. It doesn't really work like that. I mean, in the beginning, some people might reach out to you based on your social media posts, but it does take some behind the scenes inviting, because if you're going to throw any party, you usually send out an invite, right? So it's sort of the same thing. Like, nobody's going to come to your party if you don't let them know. Not everybody sees your social media posts, right? So you have to make sure that if you want people to come, that you invite them. So a few different ways I invite them are just through messaging, or in person, or in my stories. I do a lot on Instagram stories now as well. So the next thing is helping people get results. This is my coach, Megan, who's on our team. She played soccer with me, so she has that same background of being an athlete. And this is after she had her first baby. She now has her second baby, and she had like a huge surgery on her stomach after having her baby. And so her before and after now is even more amazing. But she is incredible. And this is her before and after, but it's basically helping people through your challenge groups, being their online cheerleader, messaging them, checking in with them, encouraging them, and showing up yourself to the group. And then the second part of that is mentoring your coaches to run their own successful groups, and to become kind of mentoring them to become leaders as well. And then the last thing that we do is personal development, which, in the beginning, I thought this was so cheesy. I was like, this self-help stuff, like, I don't know, that's for desperate people. I don't need that. But I couldn't have been more wrong. I started doing personal development. The first book I ever read was The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. So good. If you haven't read it, read it. This is another one of my favorites. You're a Badass. Rachel Hollis is also amazing. But basically just, working on yourself, keeping yourself in a positive, uplifting mindset, 10 minutes a day, podcast. We also have National Wake Up Call that where we have a top coach from our industry speak every single week. Free training, and then YouTube videos. I learned a lot through YouTube videos when I first started out too, from top coaches. People are so willing to share. This is not the kind of industry where people are like competitive with each other. This is everybody, there's room for everybody here to be successful. And I love this about this community, where we just share with each other and with our teams, like what works, what doesn't. Even if you're not on the same team, people are constantly sharing with each other and helping each other, lifting each other up. So Okay, I'm gonna stop talking now because I'm sure you're sick of me talking right now, and I'm gonna turn the floor over to our amazing coach, Angelica Aguirre. She is an Emerald coach on our team, and her story is so inspiring. She's a mom of 3. She's one of the homeschool mamas who inspired me to try homeschooling this year, and she's been in our challenge groups now for a few years, but she really just started to really dive into the business side of things. So I'm gonna turn it over to Angie. Go ahead, girl.
Hi, can y'all hear me? Yes? Okay, good. So thank you, Gina, for allowing me to speak here. I'm excited. I'm a little nervous, but I'm just going to share really quick why I started Beachbody workouts. A few years ago, I think it was late or early 2017. I can't remember very well, but I just wanted to get fit. I needed to get healthier. I felt tired all the time. I had my 3 kids already, and I just didn't have any, I didn't know what direction to take. I wasn't sure, should I join a gym? Should I get a nutritionist? My husband and I had talked about getting a nutritionist so that we can, eat better. We just didn't have that direction. I remember ordering a book that had workouts so I could take them with me. And I did it for a little bit, but it's just very different when you lack that support. And I think Beachbody does that in such a great way. I was following Gina on Instagram, and she was always posting her workouts and what she was eating and with her babies, and she just really inspired me. So one day she was inviting to a challenge group for the following month. So I contacted her, I reached out to her, and right away she gave me all the information I needed. And I started working out as a discount coach. I kind of wanted to jump into the coaching, but I just wasn't too sure. So I just signed up for the discount because you get a really good discount with all the products. And so I wanted to try the Shakeology, and I wanted to try some of the other supplements that Beachbody offers. And my husband was working out with me, with my niece, and we just started working out, and it was really fun. Just checking into the accountability group that Gina had set up and seeing everybody else's journey. And that just kept me consistent with my workouts. And it was a lot of fun. I started seeing results. I started feeling better. And it wasn't until there you go, this year that I really started focusing on nutrition, because that you always hear, you just eat better and you're gonna see results, but it's not until you apply it that you actually see it for yourself. And when early this year, I started not just doing the workouts, but really following the meal plans that the workouts have. And that's when everything just clicked for me. I got super excited about the whole Beachbody world, the coaches, the accountability groups, the nutrition plans, and the workouts, the calendar, following the calendar the way it says. It was just so exciting to see it all just come together. And that's when I just jumped in. And I remember messaging Gina, like, I think I'm in. I think I'm going to do it now. Like, this is it. Like, I'm so excited. I want to share it with everybody. And I started just sharing more and posting and just showing my results and meals that I'm eating. And so that just really got me excited, just seeing the results. And my husband jumped in even more as well with the nutrition plan, and he's excited, and my niece is excited. So and when you start to share that, people take notice and they want to see results too. So then you start getting people asking, what are you doing and how do you make that meal, and stuff like that. So you start to get that attention, and that was exciting. Just, I think that when it just clicked to me, that's when I got excited. I jumped in the coaching. And not only did I see results physically, but medically, issues that I've had with stomach issues completely just went away just because I started eating right. So it's like, you hear it all the time, eat right and you'll feel better, but it's not. It's simple, but a lot of people struggle with nutrition. And so I like to be able to inspire people to help them so that they're motivated to eat healthier and start seeing results too. So yeah, that was exciting to seeing the everything just click, that aha moment. And then when I really just started to grow in the business aspect was in August. There was that Team Cup that Beachbody holds, and Gina asked me if I wanted to be part of the Team Cup team, and I was kind of holding back. Like she had mentioned like who wants to join, and I was like, should I message her? Should I not? And then so she messaged me, and I said, okay, I'll do it. And that's when it just took off. I was able to inspire other people and encourage them to sign up, and it just went from there. I'm excited. It's work. It's hard work, but you get to work on yourself. And I think that's the most important thing. When you're excited about yourself, then you get excited for other people and you want to see them succeed. And so you're just there for them. I'm constantly messaging the ladies that are in my group and just encouraging them to continue with their journey because I know that they can do it, because I could do it, they can do it. And so it's exciting. And I think that you just really have to believe in yourself. And the personal development also, like Gina was like, do I really need to read this stuff? Like, it's not gonna do anything to me, but it really does help just to be encouraged by another person that's already been through it and they share their story, and it just motivates you to believe in yourself, because nothing's gonna happen unless you make it happen. And so it's exciting. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen. I know I'm gonna be pushing through. I'm gonna be pushing hard because I'm excited about the product. I really truly love Beachbody. If I didn't like it, I would not have stuck with it. But it's such a great product. Like seriously, I'm excited. I always remember when I reached out to Gina. Like I'm so glad that I reached out to her. So it's so important that you're constantly sharing, because one day you're just gonna reach that one person that really needs your help, and that's when it just gets super exciting, because you get to see somebody grow in their health journey, and physically and emotionally. My confidence level has like truly skyrocketed. Like I was more quiet and didn't want to post pictures on Instagram, and now I can't wait to get up in the morning just to start posting all over the place. So I think I encourage you, if this is something that you've been looking at, you've already tried the workouts and you're following the nutrition plans, it's such a great company, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen. I know that 2020 has been a crazy year, but we can make it what we want it to be, just by doing, just pushing hard and doing what you know that you can do. I can't say enough how excited I am, because like I really want to grow with this company. It's not something I'm thinking I'm going to do. I'm going to do it. So I encourage other my friends to join me, because they're gonna see me grow and they don't want to be left behind. So I'm excited. I hope you're excited, because this is going to take us somewhere where we can encourage other people to also grow with their business, and it's exciting. So that's what I wanted to share. Thank you, Gina, for this opportunity. I'm excited.
Thank you so much. Your story is always so inspiring. I appreciate you so much, and I'm so glad you found me on Instagram. And you brought up something that reminded me of the other coach I shared, Megan. I remember, so I played soccer with Megan, and I had invited her to join me in a challenge group, and she ignored me for like 2 years. She didn't respond, and then all of a sudden one day, just whatever social media post that I had posted, she reached out to me and she was like, okay, I want to sign up to join your team. I'm like, huh? What are you talking about? You ignored me for 2 years. But like, you just never know who's actually watching and reading the entire time. So, and she's now one of the top coaches on our team. So it's just funny. You just never know who's going to be inspired by what you have to share. So thank you so much, Angie. That was amazing. And you are just, I know you are going to do great things, not only this year, but next year. And so much is coming your way. So thank you for sharing. Just to finish out here, so what do we offer with this opportunity of joining our team? You will get the mentorship and training from our team. We have, our weekly calls and our monthly calls for different levels, depending on where you are in your business. We do a getting started right call for new coaches, and just know that, yes, this is an entrepreneurship. Like, you are in your business for yourself and you work at your own pace. So whatever work you want to put in, we have coaches on our team who, are just in it for the discount, or just in it for, a couple extra $100 a month, for, I don't know, getting their nails done or a vacation saved up or something like that. And then we have people who this is their full-time job. That's all they do. And they want to earn a full-time income with this. We have people who work full-time jobs and do coaching and do make like another big stream of income. So whatever you want to put into it, know that that's what you're going to get back from it. And your sponsor coach is not going to be there to drag you through the mud with them. They're going to be there to guide you and to help you and just support you along the way. We all want each other to succeed. But if you do nothing, your sponsor's not going to do anything either. It's a team effort to get to where we want to go. So you set, your pace. So a popular question that we normally get is, how do you make money with this opportunity? Of course, we want to know, how do you make income? Helping people is great, but how do I make an income, right? So there's two ways that you earn an income. The first is retailing products. That's going to be the fastest way that you're going to earn an income. You get commission, 25% off anything that somebody purchases through you. That could be Beachbody On Demand, that could be Shakeology, that could be our performance line, no matter what that happens to be. And then we earn a paycheck every week, so not every 2 weeks. We get a paycheck every Thursday. Most of that comes through challenge pack sales and things like that. So that's how, when you first sign up as a coach, that's where most of your income is going to come from, is those initial sales. And then as you continue to grow and as you add coaches to your network and onto your team, you mentor others to do what you do. You teach them to run challenge groups. You teach them how the challenge packs work. You teach them, the ropes. And as they start to inspire others and as they start to help people, and your team does well, you are then eligible for what's called a team cycle bonus. So you'll start to earn a paycheck that will, compound over time based on, how your team does. So, and then once you get to another level rank, there's a quarterly bonus, which is like a third way that you can earn income. So just to give you a quick example, this is just one customer, and you can see how it just adds up over time if that person continues to order. This is one person ordering Shakeology or a challenge pack, and then they're continuing the Shakeology. So the first month, that would be the commission. If they continue the Shakeology the next month, it compounds over time. So the annual total, you can see that's just from one customer there. And then if you're helping more, we try to set a base goal of 3 to 5 people per month to help get started. And that means you hit Success Club, and that means you're growing your business. So imagine if you're helping, 3 to 5 people per month. Of course, not everybody is going to continue their Shakeology or the performance line every single month. So, this isn't going to be the same for everybody, but as you're helping more and more people, all of that compounds over time. So to build a team, you really just need to start by finding 2 business partners. It means you become an Emerald rank coach, and at that point, you earn income by your sales commission, but then also from your team cycle bonus, which you're then eligible for. And then at that time also, Beachbody may give you free customers. So there's always those ambitious people who they may not have a coach, but they'll go onto the site and just sign up. And nobody is left without a coach. So Beachbody will then give them a coach. So once you become an Emerald, you're eligible to get free customers from Beachbody. And then once you become a Diamond rank, then you get free paid leads from Beachbody. So sometimes I have people who order challenge packs who I've never even met before. They're just somebody that Beachbody gave to me, and I usually reach out to them and try to connect them into our accountability groups. This is just a quick average. You can get this online from Beachbody. It's public information, but this just shows the highest earnings based on rank. So the highest Emerald rank, which is the first rank after coach once you have 2 business partners. That's the highest earning emerald in the company. This might be from a year or 2 ago, just FYI. But and then the next ruby, diamond, and all the way down, the 2 ones who are the ones that are highlighted in the red there, you can see there is a major difference between the coach who is only earning commission through their sales and the coach who has built a team of coaches who they're working with. So if you really want to build a true business, it does come from mentoring coaches and, sharing products as well, but also, having those business partners running with you to reach your goals together. What happens when you sign up? You'll receive a welcome email, not only from myself, but also from Beachbody. We'll set up a getting started right call. We'll make sure that you get the training that you need through the Coach Online office. You will have, access to all of our team trainings from the past, the present, future, and as well as Beachbody has tons of amazing trainings as well. So you won't be left behind to figure everything out on your own. I'm there for you to answer questions and all of that. But honestly, just diving in, the coaches who just dive in and just start sharing their journey and just inviting people, even if they don't know what they're inviting to. I remember I had coaches who were like, well, I don't know how to run a challenge group yet. How am I going to do this? And then they wait, and then they wait, and then it's they do nothing. So the coaches who have had the most success are the ones who just invite anyway, and then you can put them in my challenge group to start. We'll make sure that everybody has a place to be supported. So don't worry about all those little nitty-gritty details. You are going to be learning things as you go the entire time. I'm still learning things as they go every single day. We're never going to know it all, but we just got to start somewhere, right? So we just start by sharing our journey, start by sending out a few invites, and we figure out the rest as we go. So we're there for you. Okay. So, gosh, I could talk all day about how this opportunity has changed my life. But it's crazy to me. Right now I'm sitting in a house in North Carolina for a month, you guys. And of course the pandemic had something to do with it. We wouldn't have been able to do this had, my kids had to go to school and all of that. But I never would have imagined myself now in a house at the beach in October with my 3 kids homeschooling, both my husband and I working from home. And a lot of that is attributed to Beachbody and how we've just built this life of freedom. I have the freedom to work around my schedule. I can homeschool them and in between get my work done at night or through the cracks of the day. I'm in the best shape of my life, even after 3 kids. I went into this business thinking that I was going to be working mostly on my own because it's an entrepreneurship. You work on your own, but I've made some of the most incredible friends through my teammates here. I remember the first Beachbody Summit we ever went to, and we got off the plane and I met everybody in person for the first time because we came from all over the country. And it was so crazy to see all these people on the internet, in person. But some of those women are now some of my best friends, in my real life, not just in, Beachbody life, but we planned a trip to Austin just to have a girls trip last November. And I'm so glad we did because every other trip got canceled after that. So, it's been so amazing to meet just so many incredible women from across the country and different parts of the world. Even we're in France, we're in Canada, we are in the UK. So, we've been able to make connections all around the world, and just being able to see others achieve their goals. I had a coach on my team who was able to buy the lake house of her dreams after quitting her nursing job. Another coach on my team who was able to quit that bartending job that she, was stuck in for years and years. And it's so amazing to, to see those physical transformations, but also to see my coaches hitting their life goals and things that they always believed they could do, but never had the support and the encouragement to feel like they could actually get there. To see them get there, there's no other feeling like it. And so I finally feel that my life has a purpose, that it's not just, okay, you know, I used to work in like the animation industry and I loved it, but it didn't fuel my soul, you know what I mean? And so this is something that like I feel I can make a difference in the lives of others, getting those messages from people and hearing them tell me like how much of a difference our challenge groups have made or how big of a difference our team has made. And knowing that the sky is the limit for me and for them, and being able to contribute this, you know, to this amazing life that we still strive for. I mean, we still have goals into the future. This is like a picture of like where we are right now. And this just fuels my dreams even further, because like being here for a month is amazing, but like how amazing would it be to like have a beach house, like to own a beach house and be able to go there whenever we want. And so with this opportunity, I feel that I truly believe that one day we will get there. Whereas before, I don't know that I truly had that belief. So if nothing else, Beachbody has given me belief in myself and those around me. And it's just been an incredible experience, and I can't say enough good things. So if something tonight speaks to you and you are feeling that nudge to take things to the next step, connect with the person who invited you and figure out you know, where you need to start. If you're a brand new person, if you need a challenge group, a challenge pack to get started, or if you're a current challenger who wants to take it up a notch and get to the business side of things, and just have fun, get out there, start inspiring and spark that fire, and you know, be that best self that you know you can be. So thank you so much, you guys, for joining tonight. Sorry I kept you, I was 3 minutes over my my allotted time that I was planning for. But if you guys have any questions, I can take like 5 extra minutes. I don't want to keep you on because I want to respect your time. But if anybody has any questions that you want to share in the chat, I can try to answer them. If not, I can, you know, feel free to message the coach who invited you here, and we can answer questions offline too. But anything? All right, I'm going to stop my share. Okay. You're welcome. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you all, and I hope that you learned a lot, and that if nothing else, that you got a little bit of inspiration, whatever you decide to do in your life, whether it's this or whether it's something completely different. I want you guys all to live your best lives. So thanks again for coming, and thank you, Angie, for sharing. It was so much fun doing this with you, and I hope you guys have a great night. Bye.